interrupt this transmission with a special report.
Why can't I be the MVP of the league? Why can't I be the best player in the league?
Hey, what's up, my units? I am back here with another video. Today, I just want to talk about the East playing teams. I will make a prediction on who will win at the end of the video, but this video is about the playing teams in general, especially two teams that enter in the season. We expect more from them. But if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. It will be cool if y'all do that. And let's get on with this video. If you would have told me in the beginning of the season that the Heat would be in the play-in, I wouldn't have agreed. Entering the season, not only I had Bam winning Defensive Player of the Year, I also had Jimmy Butler as a sensitive top 10 player in the NBA. If you want to clown me, that's fine. But last year, the Heat playoff run showed me the potential this team can get. The most concerning thing about this roster is really how built it is. Looking outside this roster, they were heavily reliant on one random core player to have a good game when they went against anyone. Also, some of their players didn't really live up to their expectation, and like how Pat Riley expected them to play too. Then on top of that, crazy load management really kind of went crazy this season. Kyle Lowry played at least 35 to 39 games with Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo on the same floor. I know there's this running joke that the Heat love their second rounders to undrafted players, but the Heat had the record for them, which was 8 being on their team. Pat Riley literally have an obsession with players like that. The thing is about the Heat, they're just dead last in scoring as a team in assists per game. They never been a liability defensive side, but their offensive side is literally just the only thing concerning them. Their best bet is to go try to get a scoring point guard this offseason because they really need someone who can run the ball better than Kyle Lowry, sadly. Maybe like a pure point guard, or even a point guard who could score and pass the ball at the same time. Let's talk about the Hawks. I feel like DeJounte is just a central topic in my channel. Entering this season, when the Hawks acquired DeJounte, it was the idea that there was going to be a dark horse contender or be a 4th to 5th seed team. As a Spurs fan, I will turn down my bias, but this is their first year together, so expecting them to be a finals contender soon as they acquired an all-star replacement French player, it was quite insane. Also, they've been dealing with injuries this season, and just like the Heat, they have players have not been playing to their expectations. Also, from the coach dilemma with coach Nate McKillian, it's just hard to say what the Hawks record would be if they had Quinn Snyder the whole season. Other than the fact that Trey barely could play off ball, the Hawks was just mid this season. Then John Collins took a tremendous regression being a third option, or well, trying to be a third option. One thing I would say, they had too many moments when they couldn't just close out games or lose games they should have won. For example, when I'm making this video, the last time they played was against the 76ers. Their entire starters was out and they still lost. They was playing G League players and they lost to them going into overtime, and the Hawks was up by 15. They literally have to learn how to close out games. The Kings was doing that last season where they go up tremendously and they just don't know how to finish games, and I feel like the Hawks is going through the same thing. DeJounte is a playing merchant. Third playing appearance. That's really much I have to say about the Hawks. The Raptors this season just been very vague. I really didn't hear much about them after the beginning of the season. I remember Pascal saying he wanted to show that he was an MVP caliber player, and he put up great numbers this season. He was an all-star replacement when he shouldn't have been one. I really wouldn't see why anyone expected much from this team. It's kind of crazy. Their second scoring option is literally hit or miss, and he's a starting point guard who's just not efficient enough. This team had multiple chances to trade for better players. Even when they had traded for an established center like Jakob Poeltl, which they desperately needed in the beginning of the season, they still just kept losing. I think most people forget that they had Pascal running center at one point because how sweet the paint was at one point. If the Raptors ever wanted to come back, they would have to trade for a star or bring in a star. Or unless Scotty Barnes would finally take that leap into becoming an all-star. The Bulls is one team that everyone knew it wasn't gonna be sustainable, so it really shouldn't be much of a surprise that these guys didn't make any improvement this offseason. And with like numerous core players getting injured, most importantly Lonzo Ball, they was doomed from the start. It would literally had took another DeMar DeRozan scoring explosion for 2 straight months again to get back on track. This team, they're gonna blow it up sooner or later. Everybody's counting them days. DeMar can't be who was DeMar last year. And Zach LaVine, yes, he still has good games, but it's just not enough. Vucevic this season actually very surprised me, because Vucevic last season, he's nothing compared from Vucevic this season. But if I were to compare this team, I would compare this team to a 5 and below version of the 2008 Celtics. So my play-in predictions are the Heat winning versus the Hawks, because playoff Jimmy is going to arise. Jimmy Butler is just a playoff riser, and the Hawks beating the Bulls because someone on that Bulls team will underperform, and the Bulls and Raptors will go down to the buzzer, and probably a missed clutch shot from the Raptors side or DeMar hitting a game winner. That's my predictions. If you have a different prediction, let me know in the comments below. And guys, please subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.